Hello. So I'm going to go ahead and use my tuning fork again because it is the 528 hertz and it is the frequency of love, which I just talked about in my last video. Love is a frequency, and I hope and pray that everyone taps into it and decides to vibrate at it. It's not something that you find or give, it's something that you become. I'm just sending so much love out to anyone who watches this, because as we increase our heart power, it's literally a magnetic field that comes out from us, and that's where angels come from, because it's like a bubble that comes out from your chest. And it's my own personal belief that when we do embody agape love and we do vibrate at the frequency of truth, the more truth that we speak, the more protected we are. I know that back in days, people would be crucified or burned at the stake or, suicided, and all of this stuff for speaking truth and exposing truth. But as the earth is raising its frequency and we are in the age of Aquarius, truth and justice, baby. And that's what I love about this book. So, Shamanic Mysteries of Egypt, Awakening the Healing Power of the Heart. So there's a quote that I wanted to read first, and then as I was coming to look at this quote, I just glanced at the introduction, because this is another one of the books that I have not fully read. I know it is an issue. I used to be such a reader. I used to be such a bookworm and speed reader. Like, I would get a book and I would read it in a couple days. However, I'm trying to stop saying but. However, and I'm trying to stop saying it's hilarious. I'm getting there. Just scatterbrained. When you are scatterbrained, you can't focus. And that is part of this Burst of Stars detox for me, is cleansing the inside, because this is an inside job. We all are here on this planet to do an inside job, and as long as we keep projecting everything out into the world, or we keep waiting for somebody else to come and save us, we are neglecting that inner work. Because remember not to forget, the kingdom of heaven is within. So we all know about Anubis and the weighing of the heart ceremony, or if you don't know, so Anubis would weigh your heart, and your heart had to be as light as a feather, not lighter than a feather, because that means you didn't have enough experience and you had to be reincarnated back again. And if your heart was heavier than the feather, then that means that you did not transmute your suffering. You became bitter instead of better, so it weighed you down. It's heavy, and so you had to be reincarnated again. And that's why angels can fly, is because they take themselves lightly. They understand that the world is mirrors and that everybody plays a part for each other. Thank you for wind for that. And but that's what weighs down a demon. That's what, when you close your heart, you literally become a demon at that point, because you're reacting from 333. You're reacting from your ego. You're leading from your ego, and ego only wants to control. And if it can't control, then it wants to destroy. It's just like the little kid that can't play in the sandbox well with everyone else, and would rather see the sandbox be taken from everyone, all because they don't know how to play well. And so with that said, the heart weighing ceremony, this is our chance to be, to ascend, to not have to reincarnate. I mean, I don't really know for sure what's going to happen with this world split that's happening, but we're all getting a chance to see through the veil, to understand that we have been lied to and conditioned and manipulated for years, and our parents and our grandparents and everyone else. And the world stage is showing us now to question everything. And that's where when you ask for the truth, you seek it. Anyways, I get on my rambles. So the quote that I wanted to read it's by Buddha. It's a quote by Buddha. Do not believe in any traditions just because they have been valid for long years in many countries. Do not believe in something just because many people constantly repeat it. Accept nothing just because someone else has said it. because it is based upon the authority of a wise man, or because it is written in the holy writings. Do not believe in anything just because it seems probable. Do not believe in the fantasies and visions, which you consider to be given by God. Believe nothing just because the authority of a teacher or priest stands behind it. Believe in that which you have perceived to be right through a lengthy examination of your own, and that which lets itself be reconciled with your own good and that of others. And that's what I was saying in my past video, and I don't think I really finished it, was that I couldn't, for the last 7 years, that's what I have said. I couldn't wait for the government to implode, for everyone to realize that the government was fake, because then they could start questioning the judicial system. And then they could start questioning the medical system. And then they could start questioning the school system. And then finally, people would start questioning religion. So, the introduction of this book, and I don't know how far I'm going to read. I'm just going to go. As we transit from the age of Piscean energy to the Aquarian age, we can already discern the advent of fundamental paradigm shifts. During the last several thousand years, mainstream traditions have required intercession with most all forms of expressed divinity or God. Most people have looked outside of themselves for the Savior, the teacher, the Messiah, and even for their own personal well-being. We are entering a time when people are searching for a way to stretch the envelope. Many of the fundamental traditions are splintering and disintegrating from within, as institutionalized power structures age and fall. The old ways are not working, and we are being driven to find what is real and true, and what will carry us forward. An inevitable result of this search for solutions will bring us into the intrinsic power of our time. We will become aware of our own divine nature and the authority and power that are the essence of all awake and aware beings. Awake, awake, oh sleepers. The renewal, I think I'm getting bit a little. The renewal of the healing power of the heart is the result of the sacred marriage between the heart and the mind. Jennifer, that meme I just tagged you in last night. This renewal is the reflection of the evolution of divinity as it mirrors the awakening of consciousness in humans, Christ consciousness. The purpose of this book is to return certain of the ancient mysteries of Egypt to today's world to help human beings embrace and step into their divine nature. As a species, we are but adolescents in human experiment. And in the changeable way of all adolescents, we try to remain children at the same time we are striving to become adults in our young godlike evolvement. We are the young gods. The gods of Egypt are the old gods. In Egypt, the gods are called Netiru. Neter is the male word for God. Netrit is the female. The origins of the word moved from the Coptic Christian netjer to the Greek netjer and into English as nature. True to their meaning, the Netiru describe the myriad attributes of nature portrayed as the diverse aspects of the one God as seen by ancient Egyptians. By whatever names they are called, the family of the Netiru of Egypt dwell within and without humans. Man, something is getting me. It is our intention to familiarize our readers with members of the ancient spiritual family that have overseen the human experiment and assist in our evolution and awakening, whether or not we are aware of their presence in our lives. We will show how these essences are woven inextricably into our very DNA, as prominently as that of our ancestors. That's why we have to cleanse our temples and activate that dormant DNA, guys. Fast for your soul. When we connect with them through the rites of passage described in this book, we have the opportunity to know ourselves more fully and take a more active role in co-creating a healthy, healthful, joyful, and wondrous future. The energies and archetypes expressed through this work are here to break through the veils that have always separated the gods from most human beings. They are here to help us, to assist us on our evolutionary journey. They are here to help us raise our consciousness. This has always been so. Although the Naturo have emerged in very dynamic and powerful ways in individual conscious awareness throughout time, they are coming together in a large collective way at this moment, for it is time. And enough individuals are now at a place of consciousness to receive their guidance. Although the rituals presented here and closely connected to the ancient ways they were practiced, their current expression is based in modern day Aquarian understanding. We cannot strictly adhere to old fundamentalist ways or even to the venerable shamanic and mystical religious traditions. The vibrant magic of alchemy, as it was lived in the ancient traditions of Egypt, requires renewal and revitalization with a fresh interpretation. It is necessary for all things to continue to evolve, including the gods and the rituals. These rituals constitute a unique, fresh expression that is built upon the essence of the old in the same way that the foundations of the ancient temples were built upon those from previous dynasties. We are not trying to replicate the exact details of the past ritual ceremonies. Our purpose is to transform and evolve those rituals and ceremonies so that they are accessible and relevant in today's world. And I guess I'll stop at that. I'll make another video for the next part, which is exoteric versus esoteric. So, thank you for listening, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.